Hello everyone, welcome to Elisa Maria Designs. I am Elisa Maria. Welcome back if you are back. Welcome if you are new. Today is Sunday and that means it's Self-Care Sunday and we are kitting up this morning a kit from Diamond Painting Shoppe called Café Terrace at Night by Van Gogh. So let's get started because it's been a very long morning. It's now afternoon. I'll tell you all about it. Follow me. I feel like every time I do a kit up, I learn something new. I refine my technique. I am set up and ready to go. So let me give you a peek at this canvas. I'm set up. I'm ready to go here. Just trying to find the best angle for you, for me, and for you so that I can see what I'm doing. And that you can see what I'm doing when it comes time to edit. And I'm not pulling my hair out that, what was I doing? What was I thinking here doing this? I think I want to just lift you up a little bit higher. I can't use my book because we're going to need that. We're going through the week this week. We're going through the week. Yeah, we're going to pick up on the 18th, which would have been Monday. So I'm going to just keep that open so I don't have to do that again. I have my drills already. I have a little clip that I keep on here. So like this is number 1 through 9. And then I have numbers 10 through 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, and then 40 to 48. This is a square, has 48 colors, and it has 12 A-B drills. I'm not kidding you. So this tape is from ArtDot. And I cleaned out my... what did I clean out yesterday? I cleaned out my 2 angel containers and I got rid of my, I didn't get rid of all my drills. I got rid of some of my drills. I don't know. I mean, maybe I didn't take them all. Okay. So here's my drills from that kit down from the male angel. And what I'm going to do this time around, what I should have done, and I think I did, and I think that they were just flying around. That's what I'm telling you about. So this is the way Diamond Art Emporium packaged their drills. And I put these on the side to save them. And I think that they were just, I put them away neatly and they were all over the place. I just picked them up and threw them away. But I found a few extra. And I'm like, last night, after I sat there and labeling all these extra baggies, I was like, I'm never going to do that again. I'm going to keep the baggies. So as I kit up here, I'm going to keep the baggies. I just am. And if I want to throw them away, then I throw them away. I don't know. I am working on something else. Let me see. That's 10. I'm working on something else that I want to. Here's 20. 30. I'm working on something else with my artwork, and I'm incorporating drills that I'm done with, that I want to, it's not that I feel bad, but sometimes we run out of drills, and then sometimes we have so many, and I had so many left over from Diamond Art Emporium. It was crazy. This is going to be 48. So I'm just go this way. Let me go that way. 2, 4, 6, 8. Alrighty. I guess I should have used my, I do this because if you put labels on here, you're going to have them soaking in a container like I do across the floor. I have a whole container of the tops. So I put all the tops in hot water yesterday to get all the labels unglued, and then I cleaned out all the jars. I was like, never again. And now I have my husband and my son that have been in their room, in the back room, in John's studio, for hours last night. I just said to them, I'm going to be videotaping. So what are they doing? During the hallway, they're having a conversation. And my husband's voice just carries. I need Mark Nepo today more than I have ever needed him in my life. I started this at 9 o'clock this morning. I was out of the shower. My makeup was on. I was ready to go. And, my husband decided that he wanted to start this without my son. So now my son is No, he works. And Sunday's his day off. So he was like, I'm not running, I'm not running to your house to do, go hang a TV. Tough luck. I want to sleep in a little bit. And, and so like, who gets to be the apprentice? Who do you think? Me. I get to be the apprentice. And like, I'm just like, when you're ready to videotape and you're ready to do something, you're just you're ready to go. You don't want to be you don't need something else in your mind, in your head. So that's my easiest way to do that. Now I'm going to put my labels on. I'm going to keep them in order because my drills are already in order. Like I said, I'm always trying to find another way to refine how I do things. And I don't overlap my drill. I don't overlap this yet until I'm sure I have the right thing in my hand. I really don't need this number on the end. It kind of throws me sometimes when I have that number on the end. And I'm kind of like, ugh, do I really need this number on the end? I don't know. But then I feel like maybe you do. So once I got myself in here, I helped John. Once I got myself in here and I had my self-care Sunday moment, because we need these moments. We need these moments to work and we need these moments to, be quiet and recharge. And interestingly enough, I was stumbling on one of the readings this week and I kept going back. For those of you that have the book, you know what I'm talking about. This is Mark Nepo's Book of Awakening. And I really stumbled on March the 18th. It's a prayer for caretakers. And yes, I think the light bulb went off in my head today. Because when you think of caretaker, you think of, taking care of someone. And today the light bulb went off in my head. Like, I need to be the caretaker of myself too. And I think that that's why I wasn't getting the reading. I mean, he was speaking in terms of being a caretaker is a very generous gift. It's one that you answer the need for someone else, but sometimes the caretaker could be the answering the call to take care of someone else could be like an addiction, much like any kind of drug or substance, that you get some kind of an emotional lift by being needed, because this is how you kind of measure your worthiness, like for being there for someone and for doing something for them. And I just struggled on this one all week because I never felt like that when I took care of people in my life. I never, or like even my little Yorkie, even little Honor, I'm trying to figure the best way of going about and doing this. Do I want to do these all at one time? Well, maybe, since I'm on a talking jack about the reading, maybe. So it's just that these little labels are going to be sticking out until I get them in there. Or does it really matter? Can I, turn these out? Like I did this with the Elizabeth Ward, because with the Elizabeth Ward containers, you kind of have like that lip, and then these get in the way. And so these were hanging off the end. I think I'm going to trust myself that I can put these in the right container, because I already have them 1 through 10. All right. I can trust myself to do this. So, you're going to stay down? Are you going to give me a hard time? I'll cut you right off. I'm in no mood. I'll cut you right off. Because that number on the side sometimes would screw me up. I'd be like, oh, the symbol is 6. And I would pick this up. And I would be putting all this color in the symbol for 6 when I picked up the wrong number. See how they're sticking up? I'll cut it right off. The next sheet, I won't even put them on. Okay. So I don't want to put them in yet because I have a certain way that I go through the codes. So I like I said, I'm always refining things. This is the creative process, guys. This is what I'm doing. So maybe I will put let me put my numbers on. So I think that was a hard one for me to digest this week, was the life of a caretaker, and have him say, well, like, what kind of emotional high are you getting from being needed, right? And then, something else hit me that was like, not not in the term of being a caretaker because someone is sick, but being a caretaker as a definition of always being there, always answering the call. Someone needs me. I gotta go. I gotta go and do this. See how they're popping up? They're coming right off. I'll rip them right off. I don't have the patience. I'll tear it right off. So, but I'll wait. I remember answering the call for everybody in my family. Everybody. Oh, they need me. I got to be there. This one's having a hard time with the baby. Let me go. Let me go. And like, I would leave like a lot of my own stuff. I wasn't taking care of me. I was taking care of somebody else that needed me. And in the end, you know, I think when he posed this question to, at the end of that reading for Monday, he posed that question like, if you could sit with, I think that this week, let me just make this clear too, because I have said this a million times with this book. The only time I ever felt that anything unfolded like this book was when I was in teacher training, and I trained under Karina Benner, who's trained with some of the, you know, greatest yoga teachers out there. You can look Karina up. I'll link her. And I can tell you, I can take a class anywhere and I'll know if that teacher was a wake up yoga trained teacher because of just the way that Karina taught us. So that's 20. That's right. So you just know the way that she unfolded, the way that she was going to train us was, the only way I can relay it to you was like, it was like a song. It really was. You know, like I said, I can go anywhere and I can spot a wake up yoga teacher anywhere. And that's the way I feel like this book unfolds. It unfolds the same way. And I felt like this week he talked a lot about worth. He talked a lot about conquering weakness, or fear or insecurity, and like how we might stir up things to like solve things, which was another one for me. Like, some people like to stir the pot because they want to use what they think they know as ammunition against the problem. And that one was a hard one for me too. I kept thinking of people in my life. I don't think that I'm one to like pull the thread. But then again, I say to myself, it's always the people that say that they're not that way that aren't that way. You know, I think that it takes me a lot to say, I'm going to approach this and I'm going to, you know, just tell everybody what I think. And I think that there does come a time when you have to tell people, hey, listen, you know, you guys just aren't getting it. Like, you hurt me. And, you know, I don't know what to do with this. You know, I don't know how to continue to relate to people that hurt me. And, you know, and sadly, you know, your family. You know, I just don't want to be around you, you know. It's just like, why should I? Because you wear a label. And that's something else. Like, I could keep going down this rabbit hole where it's something else. Like, somebody had said something, and I don't know who it was. I listened to so many things, so many books, so many motivational people and all that blood is not thicker than your mental health. And sometimes you do have to get away from people for your own mental health. So what else did he get into this week? I think I wrote everything down in my journal because I do like a daily thing. Like, I have my, I have like March the 18th. All right. So life of a caretaker. We went through that. And then weakness was his next one. Weakness was, okay, I dubbed this myself truth blindness, because I think that if you are not courageous enough to look at things the way that they are, and you want to just keep denying that, you know, it's like that person that all your friends say like is not good for you, but you refuse to see it. You might be hearing the whispers in your head, like maybe they're right, like, or, you know, it's because you don't want to be wrong. Oh, like, you don't know them, you know, he's really a nice person, he's this, he's that. And it's like, you know, and other red flags, not just relationships. Maybe it's a job that you know you're not cut out for, but you don't want to admit to yourself because for whatever reason, or maybe it's, you know, travel plans, or, you know, wanting to go somewhere, relocating somewhere. I mean, I've certainly been in these situations before where I was like, oh, you know, he's not really that way. And I've certainly been in situations where I've relocated myself. I've lived plenty of places, and like, there's a part of me that says, do you really want to do this? And maybe at the time I really didn't look at, I always looked at everything like a challenge. Like, all right, you might not want to do this, but you don't know what lies ahead. This might be good for you. And so maybe it was me talking myself into it. But then again, there's always the lesson that you could bloom wherever you're planted. And I most certainly did. Anywhere I went, I found a way to plant myself in the mud and, you know, come up like a lotus, because what other thing was there? what else was I going to do? You know, I mean, I could have came back home, but I mean, I don't know. So he was talking about weakness, that our weaknesses is when we can't see things as they are. And you have to be honest, because if you're not honest, you get yourself into a lot of situations that are not meant for you. Maybe it's a marriage. Maybe it's a baby. Maybe it's a job. You know, if you're not honestly looking at things, you're not living your life. And then I think that's what he went into in the following day. Let me see. I think that's what he went into the following day. My journal. The following day, to harbor and release. So, yeah, how can we follow the course of our lives if you're not letting life flow in? So I think if you're not being honest, you might be breathing in and out, but if you're not being honest, you're really not living life. And he was, I think too, that to harbor and release, the title, like, you know, we breathe in and we breathe out. The waves come in, the waves go out. Experiences come in, feelings go in and out. That's if you're processing them. So what you take in, what is it that you want to hold on to and create a memory? And what is it that you want to release? And are you even doing that? Are you taking life's challenges in, life's charms in? And are you breathing out, taking in the experience and breathing out whatever feeling that you have? Because some people do have experiences and where they harbor the things that are not serving them. And I've certainly been there. I think I've been there throughout this entire month of March. March has been like, and it's the other thing when I look at this book, as like, he's talking about all these things about looking at yourself, but also, I think he's moving into a springtime of renewal. Like we're just coming out of the dark. We're coming out of the winter. We're coming out of the hibernation. And now the weather's changing for those of us that live in a change of seasons. The weather's changing. We're now coming into a season of renewal where all the seeds that we planted during winter, all the things that we worked on, they're coming to fruition. So I feel like the book moves in that direction too. And I think he's preparing us for spring's renewal, and to like, don't come out of the dark. Don't come out of the winter with maybe things that we are really in more. We're not really out the way that we used to be in the summer months, or when the weather's warmer. Again, for those of us that live in a climate where, you know, where the seasons don't change. So I have numbers 1 through 8 here. 1 through 9. 1 through 9, because I started that next one with 10, but I really should bring 10 here. And I don't know why I went through 1 through 9. Probably because there was 2 packages of 310. I'm going to put 1 package on the side because I'm not going to need both. And then what was he talking about? I'm going through the whole week, because I think the whole week was really one that I just kept reading over and over and over and over again. Oh, I don't need the book. I need my journal. So, okay, you know, being a caretaker to yourself was what I got out of the caretaker's prayer. And then I got out the being truthful and not, having that truth blindness. Why do I not leave these books open? So I don't have to keep doing this. To honor or release. This was a good one. Sabbath time, work and rest, time for both. Both are essential. And I think that was the one that I wanted to read because it is so important. So let me start putting these in. I think what I'm going to do is, do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I think what I'm going to do is I will go quiet from 1 to 9, and then I will read you that passage. And then we'll go over what these colors actually are. How about that? Okay, so we went through March 18th, the life of a caretaker, and March 19th, weakness. March 20th is stirring the water. March 21st, to harbor and release. So this is March 22nd. This was Thursday's reading? Yeah. Okay, and there goes John again. 24th is Sunday. Right. Okay, so this was Friday's reading, Sabbath time. Work when there is work to do. Rest when you are tired. One thing done in peace will most likely be better than 10 things done in panic. I am not a hero if I deny rest. I am only tired. Oh, wow. This one was just like, you need to find a way to stop your mind at night so that you can rest, because you do a lot during the day. And when you think about it, if you have a mind like mine that's always going, always thinking, I'm always like renewing, re-challenging, myself. I'm always trying to refine things like I'm doing here and then like I'm looking at myself now, I'm in the edit phase. I'm like, are you really refining things? Or is this just your crazy coming through? I'm not sure, but I hope I'm helping some of you along the way. And if you got a little panicked with me leaving extra drills in those bags, let me just tell you, those few little extra drills in that bag, of course, I'm going to go back and replenish them when I need to, much like rest, replenish when you need to, but having a few drills left in those bags is like a godsend to me sometimes, because I will inevitably mix two colors together and not know which is the proper color, because they're usually similar in color. Like I just did this with, was it Ivan Velikovic? No, it was with Chosen. And it was like coffee, dark coffee, extra dark was the color, and a black. It's like impossible. So when I need to be refreshed or renewed, what I was saying was having a few of those drills inside the bag is a way to go back and say, what is the actual color? Okay. So when I need to feel refreshed or renewed, I return to the doorways of heart that have opened before me. I walk and stand beside the big willow and wait for its familiar sway to speak to me. I replay that special piece of piano music that made its way into the sore crease of my heart and let things unfold. I make some tea and sit in my favorite chair and carefully pull out my old tattered E. Cummings book and read, I thank you, God, for this most amazing day. I try to open the hours with softness and silence, the two threads that unravel into gratitude, and wait for the miracle to return. This is the renewing Adam of Sabbath for me. I try to start each day with such a small, endearing moment before the bumps and nicks and noise rush in, before the confusions and conflicts tighten my sense of things. For me, the heart constricts and dilates like an eye. When it's constricted, there is no rest. The world seems smaller and meaner and full of danger. So Sabbath time becomes essential as a practice that dilates everything in sight. These private moments of rest restore, make ore out of the rest, and loosen the knots of the world by slowly slowing down the heart. In rest, I always remember that what ties me to the earth is unseen. Just the other day, I was constricted. My heart was beating like a heron awakened in the weeds, no room to move. Tangled and surprised by the noise of my mind, I fluttered without grace to the center of the lake, which humans call silence. I guess, if you should ask, peace is no more than the underside of tired wings resting on the lake while the heart in its feathers pounds softer and softer. So, the exercise for this is to practice loosening the knot in your heart by placing your hands palm up in your lap. And I did do this when I did read this, and I found it interesting. Like, this was the second reading of the week where Mark Nepo used thread as a way to give you a visual of what it is that he was trying to say, that softness and silence, two threads that unravel into gratitude, where he was saying in the previous reading during the week, which was like stirring, was it like stirring? Let me say, stirring the water. You know, this cycle of producing troubles and then preparing against them is very much like pulling a thread that really should be left alone. Yeah, I can do that. So I found that interesting that that was twice that he used that analogy of a thread. Because when I think of a thread, I think of a sutra. And when I think of sutra, I think of one of the yoga readings, one of the sutras that binds the practice all together. With each in-breath, tighten your hands briefly. And with each out-breath, relax your hands until they rest like the tired wings they are. That's so true. And I believe that the next reading, Never Knowing Where We Fly, was very important. You see how he's cycling one reading into another. And even in the dark, like, these are three readings that just, like a thread, like a sutra. They were just sutured together so well. I think the whole week was, actually. And I would like, I would practice that one exercise. Like, if you feel something tight in your heart, something that you can't get over or get through, or, you know, like I was talking about the mind, like my mind is so active that really, how do you shut it down? It's not like pressing a button on your phone and powering it down, even though you're running like a computer, you're running like a smartphone all day long. I'm remembering things, I'm going into this application, that application. All my applications are not fun. My applications are all work, whether it's checking my studio, whether it's going into my editing app, whether it's going into my schedule. It's like there's always something there to keep me on task, but at times it can be like I'm running around in a circle. I feel like I'm just not getting, I feel like there's a lot to do and I'm doing a lot, but am I getting anything done? I don't know. So you just can't like put the phone on, you can't put the mind on silent. But I think like a light bulb went off when I was reading this yet again this week about rest and about doing something about not working tired, because that was me the other day too. I was in this room early in the morning. I got up at 6 o'clock. John was already gone, and I went downstairs. I made a cup of coffee, had that quietly read, came upstairs with another cup of coffee, and I was talking to you guys. In fact, I have a video that it's not done because I was like, my eyes are closing. Like, I can't even keep my, why? I got a good night's sleep, but my mind was still probably I thought I had a good night's sleep because I got clocked hours. Like, I clocked 6 hours, which is unusual for me. But did I really rest? Probably not, because I went back in bed and John came in at about 11, and I was like, what time is it? He's like, have you been in bed all this time? I'm like, no, I actually got up, but I just couldn't get anything done. And I'm coming to the end of my talk, so I'll be right back. How did you like that so far? I mean, really, I have drills everywhere, but I've learned that you've got to pick and choose your battles. And especially with kitting up, I could have this be really, really pretty, but it would take a lot of editing. And you guys know the way I am with time. So I have packages 1 through 10 here. And I am going to replace my paper clip that I took off. They're already organized for me. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to put them in. I have this bag that I bought through Temu. I'm going to put it right in here. Keep the clip on, and I'll put a label on here that this is, or I'll just write on it with a marker, that this is Café Terrace at night. And when I need a refill, and I'm also going to get myself a dryer sheet. Okay, now I'm back real time. That was interesting to do that way. But while I was doing the editing for the first half of this video, I cut the rest of those little labels off so you didn't have to see me do that. I went and got my dryer sheet so you didn't have to see me do that. And I'm going to continue to fill up my little baggies here. What are we on? I'm on number 11. I said I can trust myself, right, to keep everything in order, right? And did I? No. Because that's because I cut the whatchamacalls off. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 is going to come here. I don't know what made me start with the, part of my restaurant experience is still with me. And so when I would give waitresses their paper checks, I always started with 2O. There's a whole reason behind that too. Because they would always say, oh, you didn't give me an O check. You didn't give me an O. It started with 1. I'm like, no, it started with O. So 11, 726. So we were reading, I chose to read, the importance of resting. And do I want to put the dryer sheet in here? Of like not doing things tired, And so like John came home and he was like, have you been in bed all morning? Because he's out the door at 5 o'clock. He's swimming. And I'm like, John, I just can't, I just couldn't keep my eyes open. And I think he's calling me. Hold on. I love my husband, but he's literally driving me crazy. He's driving me nuts. He wants to, I don't know what he wanted. I don't know. Things just aren't making sense to me anymore these days. He went out to the gym the morning that I'm talking about. Now talk about doing things tired. Okay, here we go. Talk about doing things tired. I said, no, John, I said, I just couldn't keep my eyes open. I was just overwhelmingly tired. And what was I doing? I had gotten a package from Amazon and the purple putty was in there. And I had everything laid out. I had chosen on the desk. I had the purple, pink, and blue putty out. I got all clean multi-placers, all the same size. I loaded the pens, and I was just like, I just could not keep my eyes open. I just was like, I did some of, comparison, like, is the purple as good as the blue? Because I was like, let me just get the purple because I don't know anymore. I have to find out on my own. But I couldn't, I wanted to also do like, not just what I had left on Chosen was just all regular drills. And I wanted to see how it reacted to the AB drills. And I didn't have any more ABs on the canvas. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what's coming up. She's done. The only thing left on her is the butterfly, just a little bit. I was like, oh wait, I do have ABs. There's ABs on the butterfly, but there aren't any. And I only have like 2 rows of drills to do. And so I got her and I put her on the side. And I still haven't shown you guys how I hang on 2 hangers. Like, well, that's not 2 hangers. On one hanger, I have 4 of my diamond paintings hanging off of there. I don't even know how I came up with this idea, but I'm loving it. So you're going to see her this week. She's going to get done. We're going to talk about this finish on her too. I'm jumping all over the place. But instead of continuing what I was doing, I went to bed. And so he came in the house. So this is 775. Let me make sure I got the right one. He came in the house and he was like, have you been in bed all this time? I was like, no, I just got so tired. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, what do you have on? Because his legs were bare and he just had a sweatshirt wrapped around his waist, a hoodie. He's like, you're never going to believe what I did. He's giving me advice. He's like, I told you guys Fufi's been really bad. I mean, really bad. I don't know what's going on with this cat. I don't know if he's sensing that we're going away in a couple of weeks. Did I put a thing in here? No. But he's been really bad. He went to go take a bite at me today like a shark. I was like, are you losing your mind? You'll go right out the door. Because he's always in my way. Like John jokes. He's like, he stands in your way like he's the beneficiary of your life insurance. He will not move. He's so willful, this cat. So he won't move. And so he tore washi tape off my canvas, and he went running. He knew better. He went running, and what else did he do? He ate something else. He ate my drills off the floor. I left them on the floor to show you guys how I picked them up with the vacuum, and they come up clean, and you can use them right away. He ate them off the floor. I'm standing there with the vacuum and the video camera. I'm like, where are the drills at? He ate them. 8:01. Oh, come here. So John said, I was so distracted by Foofy today that we're putting the TVs up. So John has like all the packaging on the floor. He was eating styrofoam. I'm like, what is it with this cat? All of a sudden, he's going nutso. So John said, I was so, God, when I went out the door, he said, I put my bathing suit on because I'm going to go swimming. He's like, I put my bathing suit on. It wasn't until I got out of the shower that I realized that I left my pants on in the studio because I had to go and chase him to get him to stop eating the styrofoam. So he got in the swimming pool. He got out. He went in the shower. When he got out, he realized he didn't have his clothes. So he had a hoodie in his locker. So he tied the hoodie around his waist with no underwear on or nothing. That's how he left the gym. I'm like, and you're giving me advice? Talk about doing things tired. Him and Foofy both are making a lot of mistakes. What's going on here? I can't leave this many drills in here now. It's getting ridiculous. Okay. So, again, and he's like, Elisa, when you gotta rest, you gotta rest. And, I'm like, you're right, because I know, I learned a long time ago that thinking that you can multitask is a myth. It just is. You can't, because your brain needs time to switch off from what it was doing to what you're doing now. And that's like a 3-minute gap. It takes your mind 3 minutes to actually catch up to what the last thing was. That's why people, when I won't drive with anybody. I won't. I'm sorry. I won't drive with people because they're always distracted. I don't know what is so important on these phones that people are driving and they're checking their phone. What is so important? There's so much going on the road. Why are you looking at your phone? So I just won't drive with anybody because it's scary. Things come out of nowhere when you're driving. And it's why I gave it up. And John is like, you better get your license before we go to Florida because you're going to drive most of the way. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I mean, I'll drive in Florida. I've driven in Florida. I've even driven in New York. Philadelphia is a whole other animal. I've driven in New York. You know why? People in New York are not distracted. When there's an accident or something, they're not rubbernecking. They got places to go. They got things to do. They got people to see. They're like, okay, there was an accident. Let's just keep going. Here in Philly, they'll tie you up for hours. Everybody's got to get a peek of what's going on. What's going on? Nothing's going on. Just keep driving. There we go. We got this 826. I'll put this in here. The one thing I don't like about the static, the bag is one thing, and I don't use a funnel because they give you a funnel. They give you a funnel that's silicone, and the silicone, the drills stick to the side. It's terrible. I don't like it. So I'd rather just do it this way, but I do have to go and get myself a funnel. I did have one, but then John stole it. I rinsed it out in the sink because I do that. When I'm done with the kit, I'm not playing around with these drills. They're staying in there. They're just too. When I get done with a kit, what I do is I take everything out and I wash everything. I wash all my containers. You might think I'm nuts, but after that whole thing with the putty, and I'm not kidding you, I didn't sage, but I had my you guys don't know because that's the day that I did all that. I came into this room with the new purple putty. I'm like, before we do anything, I'm taking Song of India incense out. If you don't know Song of India incense, if you go anywhere where they sell incense and you ever see Song of India, pick it up. Pick it up. You'll thank me later. How are you in here? How are you in there? I cleaned all these out last night. This is 938, number 18. Yeah, and I lit the incense. I had my father here in the frame. I said, my dad's here. I had my, see what I mean? I had my Buddha mug. I got Buddha, I got Jesus, and I got Song of India. So, this putty better behave. That's what was going on. And I don't know. Maybe the Song of India incense made me so relaxed, because I was telling you guys that um, that incense was from one of the yoga studios. Look at that. That drives me nuts. One of the yoga studios that I used to go to when I wasn't practicing in my own studio, like where I was trained, and over at I used to go to Palo Santo too. So when you would walk in, the first thing that you would smell was this incense called Song of India. And Daniel and his wife both would make trips to India, and that's how I was turned on to it, and I loved it. Everybody did. You would walk in, you would just get, so maybe like you would get immediately relaxed. I'm not finishing my thought, but maybe I put that Song of India on. Maybe it's coming to me now, days later. You know why you were sleepy? You put Song of India on. But it's so, oh my God, as soon as you smell it, you're just like, you don't even realize that you've been holding your breath. That's how relaxing it is. And yet, okay, I'll tell you what I could tell you about the putty, because you're going to see it, because I did the first part of that little experiment using Chosen. And I did the blue putty, the pink putty, and the purple putty. And I found out some things about the putty that, I did contact ArtDot and said, is there a difference in this putty? Because I'm getting conflicting information from people that are telling me, oh yeah, it says right on there that it's all different putty. I'm like, really? Now I just have to call ArtDot up, because one of my subscribers told me, okay, they're all different, and I'm like, really? You mean to tell me I'm over here trying to figure this out, and it says it right on there? And I went and looked at the boxes. I'm like, and I went and looked it up. I'm like, I don't know where this person heard this at, but it's not true. It's not true. So all right, we're done now. 11 to 20, and here we go. 21 to 30. 29, 30. Okay. I'm like, I don't know where this person heard this at, but it's not true that this is where, that these are all different. So I contacted ArtDot and told them, and they're like, no, you're going to expect the same gray putty, but I found differences. You'll see that when I show you. The purple is very pretty. I like that I have all three. I tell you what I'm going to do with the putty that I'm not going to be using. Because, the pink one, it worked my nerves so bad that day. The other thing that I was thinking, even in all my relaxation, tiredness, whatever it was, was my husband, when he left here, he had all the windows open. He opened the window in the bathroom. He had the window open in our room. He had the French doors open. And I woke up freezing. And I got to put these away. I woke up freezing. And I said, maybe that's why there was some slight difference with the purple. But, a few of you were telling me, like, weather is a change. Now, I noticed when the weather changed and got colder that there was a change in the putty. I did notice that. I was like, there's a change in this putty. And the weather got colder, and the blue, being the workhorse that it is not working right now. What the heck is going on? So, but you'll see when you see the video. But I really wanted to test this out with ABs, and then I got on this AB kick. I'll make sure I got the right one. I got on this AB kick, and I'm like, my next canvas. This is a small canvas. It's been underneath me over here. This is a small canvas, and I'm just like, I'm going to do a small canvas, and I'm going to do one with lots of ABs. I wanted to do like AB in April, and I'm like, what am I thinking? I'm going away. Like, I'm going on vacation. I'm not going to be able to do all this. So, and then I'll have to wait until April. So I'd rather start this now, and then I'll have this going, and I'll have this going, and I'll have Woman in Gold. She's my throwback, because she's another. Chosen was actually a canvas that I wanted to complete that was from 2024. 3078. And so she's one of my 2024s that is now done. Woman in Gold is going to be my next one to get done. I still have Rico that needs to be done. I have Bud the Tabby Cat that needs to be done. I had a lot going on. I'm going to do the end of my Night's Rest and Winter during Summer with the Masters. I know that. And so, yeah. I'll have that open, and I'll have this open. I'll have Woman in Gold open, and I will have... Oh, who's the other one? Oh, Ivan. How could I forget Ivan? Oh, look how little is in here. 3607. And they still all won't come out. All right, hang in there. You'll be my sample colors for when I get confused, when I eventually mix you all together. 3740. So I think what I'm going to do is finish these up. You guys get the idea how I'm doing this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this desk, and I'm going to take these. I'm going to tell you what the colors are. I've been doing this since I started diamond painting. I have been, I always give you, let me make sure, 3750. I always give you the DMC codes. And so what I'm going to do is take these out, show you the colors up against the canvas, and give you the code. Oh, and that's something else I wanted to tell you guys. Wait a minute. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Here's something else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, no. This is the journal. This is the Diamond Painting Journal. So when I started to do this, let me just tell you the story first. When I started to do this, giving DMC codes, somebody got on. Like, most of you loved having the DMC codes, because my theory for there was I could tell you that this is navy blue, but this is my eye, and then you have the camera's eye, and then you have your TV or cell phone or iPad eye. And like, oh, that doesn't really look navy blue. And listen, I know this from, I have my own makeup studio, and I did everything myself, and I especially did the photography myself, because I needed colors to look the way that I was seeing them. But, you know, I learned the hard way that that's not always true. But if you were in my studio and you were looking at my colors through my website in my studio, that you couldn't tell the difference between the color lipstick in real life and the photography that I was doing. That's what I'm trying to say. 3755, yeah. And I always have that thought in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm telling you guys that this is like a baby blue, but is it really? So I got the bright idea. I was like, well, you know, these diamond painting companies, they use a DMC code to give you the color. And then I started to hear about people that were doing like conversions and stuff. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, they're actually taking, because I did cross stitch and all myself too. And I'm like, are they actually like taking a cross stitch and converting it into, are you kidding me? You're converting it into a diamond painting? Wow. You know, so I got the bright idea that rather than me trying to guess what like the 48 colors looks like, I would give you the exact color to the code. And so somebody got on my channel and said, you know, you're using a DMC code and those colors are not the same as, and I'm like, what? I don't know what she was complaining about. You know, I wanted to tell her, listen, the deadline for complaints was yesterday. All I know is that the colors that are on here look just like the colors that I'm telling you. So I've always done it that way. And so this morning I'm getting ready now to do my kit up, and I want my DMC color book for diamond painting. I got it on Amazon, but I will tell you, things, as you know, have changed with diamond drills. This is my next group of 10. Like, I put that group of 10 away. So you know, like I know, you know, you got electros, you got metallics, you got fairy dust. Let me get these in here so I can finish my thought. So I can't find my book this morning. I am everywhere. I'm like, but where would I have put this book at? Like, I can't understand. Where would I have put this book? Do you need? You think you do need? I should just just put them in anyway, because I don't know what it is. That I didn't have a dryer sheet because the first one that I opened was like, whew, swished right out nice and clean. You were there, you saw it. Let me put these away. So I was like, I'm going all through the house. I'm looking all over. I can't find this book. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it could be. At this point, I'm just going to take a guess that maybe I threw it away. Who knows? Because it's not in this house. So I said, you're wasting all this time. It's 48 colors. Just put them in your book the way that you do and look them up and write them out. So I'm going to tell you what I found. And I this is the guy that I was using before I got the book, so maybe this is why the girl got like, oh, well, that's not the same. But I think it is, so you make up your own mind. So this is what I do. I put Diamond Painting Shoppe, I put the sticker right in here. And then what I've always done is I number my, I put the number 1 was 310 black, number 2 was 422 hazel brown light. So being that I couldn't find my book today, I went over to Lord Libidin. I can't even read my own handwriting anymore. Lord Libidin. And they have a DMC color chart inventory sheet. Now, if this is not the same thing as thread, I don't know what to tell you. Because the colors that I recognize now are colors that are the same over and over again. So what I liked about this is that this was just updated March 2025. They update constantly. And what I made note of was after they got done with all the DMC codes, which went up to, I don't know what number, I'm going up to, on this, 3865, okay? So 3865, I think we kind of know if you're a diamond painter, that's winter white. So then the diamond painting companies now are putting all the ABs together at the end of the run. So what I noticed was with this chart, well, let me tell you what I noticed. After he was done with all the DMC codes, I had a sheet, slow down, with DMC codes for glow in the dark, for variations, for metallics, for fluorescence, and for variegated colors. I'm like, this is so interesting. And the like the ones that were electro had an E dash, say 938. Okay. So I was like, this is really interesting. I want to pass this on to my subscribers. I'll put it in the description. So there is something about me doing this. When you write things down, you retain them more in your brain than you would if you just tried to remember things, which is why the hand and the pen and writing things down, you have a better retention if you write it down, pen and paper. When I was writing these down and then I got to the ABs, I'm like, didn't I just write baby blue very light? And I went back and I looked, I'm like, here it is, baby blue very light. So 775, you're going to get in the regular color, baby blue, but then you're going to get 775 AB very light, baby blue and an AB. And then I was like, didn't I write electric blue medium? And I did, electric blue medium, 996. So you're going to get an AB 996 electric blue medium. And I think you're going to get golden yellow very light. I believe you're going to get that one. That's going to be golden yellow very light, 3078. You're going to get that one, and you're going to get the plain one. They're just a regular drill color, and you're going to get that in an AB. There is a baby blue 3841, but there's another just baby blue dark, baby blue very light, and then I believe that there's just a baby blue. So I found that interesting. It made me very excited that I don't think that I don't know if I would have picked that up because I don't put my colors, when I put them back in my tray that I'm going to be using, I don't kit up by DMC code. I kit up what are my light colors that bring light to the canvas and what are my shade colors that bring in dark into the canvas. So your shade colors are printed in white and your light colors are printed in dark. So that's how I separate my canvas, because even like for 48 colors, I might have only 5 that are shade colors. So why do I have to look at a whole thing of 48 colors to look for the symbol when I could just look over on the side that has 5 shade colors? So I'm crazy with time and doing things efficiently and doing things just easier. And I wouldn't say quicker, but it does make it quicker. but also, because that's how I taught myself to diamond paint after diamond painting, like everybody else, watching everybody else, and then figuring out, well, if I put my shade colors in first, all the light surrounds the shade and it makes it easier for me to diamond paint. And, I'll link that too. That's just my way of like making calm out of confetti. So we'll get into it as we start to diamond paint, but I'm going to continue doing this. And then I'll come back after these are all kitted up and after this is all clean, and then we can look at where what these colors are, where they're going. I think the A-B, I did this when I unboxed. I was wondering why some of my drills had, I'm like, why do they have symbols on them? And I'm like, oh, when I unboxed this, and you might just want to go back to the unboxing, I took all the ABs out and I wrote the symbols on there and I put them out on the canvas so that you could see where all the ABs are going to go. And it's really exciting. There's 12 of them in here. So I will be right back. And I am back. Café Terrace at Night by Diamond Painting Shoppe. Well, by Vincent van Gogh. This was from 1888. Its dimensions are 9.7 inches by 23.6 inches or 50 by 60 centimeters. It's 48 colors. It is a square. It has 12 AB drills. I have been wanting to do this canvas for a really long time, but it wasn't until I saw Anthony from Singland Placing. He got it and he unboxed it. And when he said 12 ABs, I was like, oh, I know that there's an AB in August. I don't know who does it, but I'll look it up. But then I started with my own cafe room and I thought, I want to do this for my coffee room. So here we are with the 48 colors. I think I should maybe move this towards me. You don't need to look at the tops of these. They're all done. But I do want to give you an idea of how I give you the colors and all. So 310 black, 422 hazel brown light. You can see that's probably going to go there. 435 brown very light, 471 avocado green very light, 500 blue green very dark. And you don't see these colors down here. I think that's probably going to be more like towards the cobblestone area. 535 ash gray very dark, 645 beaver gray very dark. And then we have this beautiful color. This is 647. This is beaver gray medium. Like if I were going to look at this myself, I would say, oh my God, that looks like a baby blue, but it's not. And 648 is beaver gray light. And the last one, number 10, 725 is topaz medium. Now, I would never call that a topaz medium. 725 topaz medium. That's what it is. That's what it says it is. And 726 topaz light and 728 topaz. Now, I had this color. It's so interesting, these three. I had this color in the Kiss. Was it the kit? No, it was Woman in Gold from Diamond Painting Shoppe. And that was the color that I switched out for a glitter. It was a glitter. And I would have, in hindsight, traded it out for maybe a fairy dust to give that gold foil effect to the Klimt painting. 775 baby blue very light. I want to keep this here. That's probably going to go up there, the baby blue very light. See that? I want to keep that. 801 coffee brown dark. Maybe over here with the tables. 823 navy blue dark. Maybe here. Let me see if I can come out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. 826 blue medium. Could be anywhere. Blue sky, blue building. 82, is it 827? 827. I have my glasses on, so I can't see. Blue, very light. That, believe it or not, yes, that's a thing. I can see better with my glasses off. Oh my gosh. I feel like I just went to a movie theater. 938, coffee brown, ultra dark. And then 995, electric blue dark and electric blue medium, 996. And I believe that these two have ABs to go with them. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. 3011, khaki green dark. There's a lot of green down here. Khaki green medium. Let's keep them together. 3047, yellow beige light. Golden very light is 3078. And plum light is 3607. Where's that plum going to go? Plum light. Very few. Interesting. Okay. 3740. Antique violet dark. Can't find those. Oh, I think they might be down in the cobblestones a little bit. I'll pin that down. Antique blue very dark. 3750. So pretty. I would say that that's right there. M? Yeah, that's it. 3755, baby blue. It's right there. 3814, turn the page. 3814, aquamarine. Oh my God, it's so pretty, aquamarine. And I don't know where you are. Oh, we'll find you. And then 3818, emerald green, ultra very dark, a color I've never had before. Look how beautiful that is. It's probably up there. And is that an N? Yep, it is. And is that a D? Yes, it is. So it's going right there. The colors are so well matched that you can actually see where they go. So pretty. 3819, moss green, light. Maybe there. Is that number 3? Not yet. I'm trying to work around my camera now, so it's a little difficult. 3820, straw dark. 3820, straw dark. Right there. 3842 is Wedgwood dark, and that's an R. I'm going to try and guess all these. And then 3843 is electric blue. Oh, so you must be over here too. Yep, you're right here. And 3853 is autumn gold dark. And 3865 is winter white. We have a little bursts of white in the clouds. 210 AB. So we're coming into the ABs already. Lavender medium. I'm going to put it with this here because I don't know where they are. Oh, maybe those little tiny little purples right there. I can't see around my camera. Interesting. There's so few. Oh, this was just what didn't hit my jar when I was kitting up and hit the table. This is actually what I cleaned off the table. Not that many, but you know, was it worth sweating over? No. 307AB, lemon. 445AB, lemon light. And then 704A, so pretty, chartreuse bright. 740 is, this looks like tangerine. 740AB, yep, tangerine and orange, some orange down here. And then we have 742AB is tangerine light. 775AB is baby blue, very light. Oh, I love my baby blue. I think he's up there. And then 906AB is parrot green, parrot green medium. I don't think you're going up there, but maybe. Oh, look at this. 996AB, electric blue. Did I say I wanted to keep those two out? 996. Okay, so you have 996, which is going to be the blue, and then you're getting it in the AB. Isn't that so cool? And then we have 3078, golden yellow, very light. 3078. So you got the regular and you got the AB. So cool. 3841 AB, baby blue pale, but we have baby blue. which I believe I said, oh no, baby blue here. Oh no. Well, this is already it. Here we go. Oh no, wait, look at that. This is another one, 775 and 755. What did I say 775 was? Baby blue very light and baby blue very light AB. So pretty. And then this is baby blue 3841. I would imagine that you're going to be up there. And then 5200 AB, which is white, and we have those little bursts of white clouds, which like 3865. It's a little bit creamier, but there you go. And so I'm going to put these back, and then I'm going to show you how I do that. Maybe put it in lengthwise, because I know that this will be 1 to 10. So like this is E. I might do my numbers first, and then I'll do my letters. So E, P, T, and then I'll do symbols. Here's a number 8, but it is a shade color. Here's M, but it's a shade color. Here's V, but it's a light color. So you get the idea of what I'm doing. So then I will, it just makes it easier for me to, when I'm looking for something, that my dark colored symbols are here and my light colored symbols are here. So I just kind of like right in two. And then you could put your symbols in order any way that makes sense to you. Here's 3. Here's D, but that is a light color. So you get the idea. You get the idea of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to finish up. And that's all, folks. That's today. I got a couple more deliveries from Amazon, so I'm going to be cramming all this in this week. I believe I'm probably going to do the finish first with my members and go through some things with them. And then our next live for the members is April the 5th. I have that coming. I'm so excited to start this canvas. You have no idea. I love Van Gogh. I love this canvas. It is doable. But the gods are always listening, and I can't wait to see these colors together with a partner AB color. I think that this is it's just stunning. I'm looking at it. I haven't seen it since I unboxed it, and I just love the colors. The primary colors, you know, the blues, the reds, the yellows. So pretty, just so pretty. So interesting. And then I want to get this one framed. I think I might have a frame that I got from a thrift store shopping experience that I was having. See you, as always, in the next one, when we will be, you know, playing around with one of these canvases that I have out now. I only have 3 opens, so I am looking forward to seeing you this week. And let me know what you thought of those readings. Did any one of them resonate with you? While I was speaking, I actually just did a review of the week, which I thought was interesting. I think because I was stumbling around a little bit with the readings this week, and it happens, you know, but, you know, that's what it's about, right? It's about, you know, seeing what you can get out of it. And I would love, you know, like I gave you my perspective, what some of the readings were and what they were about. And I would love to hear your perspective, or what kind of meaning you got out of it, because everybody's going to get a different meaning. Look at this cobblestone flooring. How beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to start this one. I am so excited. I will see you guys during the week. Enjoy your Sunday fun day. I'm going to go have a glass of wine. Bye.